Hello, welcome back to Liz and Sandro's Marketing Podcast. We chat about social media, reputation management, website, SEO, and so much more. Today, we are diving into some Google My Business updates.
So this is a Google My Business episode, and one of the things we want to talk about is that how happy I am that this last week in March, as we're recording this, Google is now notifying you of questions and answers. So we've talked about Google Q&A in the past episode. We'll link to that episode, but basically it's when people Google your business, one of the things Google offers on the side panel is, would you like to ask a question about this business? And then the Google community as a whole, they get points if they answer, the more questions they answer. So people are always looking for questions to answer in a knowledgeable way. And then you get upvotes, things like that. So for the longest time, since this has been going on for months and months and months, every Monday was the day that we would go in and look at all of our clients' Google listings and look for new questions and answer these questions properly.
Now, you did that once a week. Like you had time set aside every Monday to do that.
That's right. Some weeks we wouldn't get to it till Wednesday, but basically once a week, because we didn't want horrible questions out there that we would have to report and get booted off, inappropriate questions on there to linger too long, and B, we didn't want wrong answers to linger on there. So
that makes sense.
Now Google is emailing you right away as soon as someone asks a question. I went to Liz's page.
So yes, Sandro went to the Hirsch PR and Marketing Google My Business page, tossed out a question. I got the notification. So as soon as we're done recording, I can go in and answer it.
Correct. But not only that, they'll notify you. What I'm seeing is when other people answer the question. So one of our clients is a movie theater, and this morning I got an email saying, someone asked, does this movie theater have reclining seats? And I didn't have time to answer this morning, but 2 hours later I checked my email and someone answered, no, they do not. They have stadium seating, but not reclining seats. And they were right, so that's good. I'm glad. I'm going to let it go now. I don't have to go in there and answer it because somebody else.
Well, that's convenient.
Yeah.
They answered your question right.
They did. And Liz, I know you're a big Google photo person. You get lots of points.
I do. I like to take photos wherever I'm at and upload them to a Google My Business page. And some of mine have accumulated a lot of views. So it's exciting.
The name of the program where Google gives you points for leaving reviews and answering questions is the Google Local Guide service. But just know that you should sign up for it. It's a lot of fun. I think Liz has a ton of points because of her great photography. But in addition to this, Liz recently attempted to log into one of her clients' accounts on a Tuesday, and then on a next day, well, Liz, you tell this.
Yeah, so Tuesday of this week, I logged into one of my law firm clients' Google My Business accounts. I wanted to add, just to clarify what type of legal services they provided. And this particular company was women-led. That's a new attribute that you can click. So women-owned businesses, make sure you go into to Google and update that. But anyways,
to Google My Business.
Yeah, into Google My Business and click that attribute. I also could... It was an auto-populate feature, but I could start to type in some of the areas of law that they provide and select from a drop-down, clicked save. Great. I was pumped. The profile was done, ready to go. Next day, on Wednesday, I go in to a different law firm's Google My Business account.
Client.
Yes, clients. And that option was not there. I saw something different rather than selecting from a preset list of services. And it was just the service. That was all. There is a whole new services section where I can add a section, and then beneath the section, I can add a specific item. So again, in this case, I could break it out by estate planning, Medicaid planning, business law. It gives me the opportunity to include, I think, 1,000 words. I can add a price. So my point being is, over the course of 2 days, I logged into 2 separate Google My Business profiles. They just happen to be both legal, but I logged into 2 separate profiles and saw 2 completely different things. Sandro's been keeping tabs on a lot of these Google My Business updates, and I think we're seeing just over a matter of maybe 24 hours, they're rolling out. And I'm very intrigued with the second Google My Business profile being able to go in and include so much detail about these services. I'm excited to go and do this for all of the other Google My Business profiles profiles we offer, because I've got to think that this is just going to be more content for Google to crawl, more places for descriptive keywords that are going to be relevant in search results. So I think this could be a good thing.
I can't believe that you can now add pricing. What is it per hour for your attorney fees, or just?
Well, and I left that blank in this particular case because actually it says item price in US dollars. So this could be maybe geared more towards a restaurant or a movie theater or, a product-based business.
Or a friend of mine went through bankruptcy and the bankruptcy attorney said, this is the fee.
Yeah, flat fee services. Yeah,
correct.
That's a good point.
Another one with a DUI, whatever. I have too many crazy friends. But Google, so reminder to everyone, go to your Google My Business at least once a month. Or if you have an agency, I'm sure they're doing it at least once or twice a month, and just see what's new there. The women-led business option was something that I saw in a news article, and it just came out a month ago. And I went through 4 of my clients are women-owned, and I checked that box just to let everybody know.
Yeah. And so you emailed me, and I did it.
That's right. Yeah.
And I actually still need to go to my network because I'm a member of the National Association of Women Business Owners. So I need to tell all of my fellow women biz owners to go update their profiles. So
as well, you should. There's a lot of changes there, and restaurants are allowed to put menus, and now with this pricing option. So Liz, all of this speaks to what we mentioned a couple weeks ago. Google doesn't want you to leave Google. Is that what it is?
They don't. They clearly want you to stay on their platform as long as possible. They don't even want you going to a restaurant's website to look at a menu. They want you to spend as much time on their site as possible. So,
and one of the dangers in this, of course, is all the data you're feeding Google, and that's something we'll talk about in an episode next week. So look for that in a future episode. But
yes, we are going to be getting into data and privacy in a future episode.
Correct. So maybe that's one of the reasons Google wants you to stay on there, because you're not clicking on anything, so they're not getting any revenue from that. But I cannot do without my Google Maps, which I just learned keeps track of every place I've been to, but we'll talk about that soon.
We'll talk about that, yeah.
So bottom line, go to your Google My Business and see all the cool new things happening there. The website is business.google.com. We'll have a link in the show notes.
Yeah, and also because we are recording leading up to the Easter holiday, remember to mark when you're closed for a holiday.
Memorial Day is the next big one, I believe.
Yeah, Memorial Day. And July 4th this year is in the middle of the work week. I think it's on a Wednesday. So,
of course, the all-important Cinco de Mayo.
Of course. That's on a Saturday, though. Point being, make sure you keep your Google My Business profile updated, because that's really, really important.
As we learned from Liz, being in France and going to a winery.
And not being able to go to
a winery.
The big champagne house, which was it? It was Dom Perignon or Moet. I can't remember now.
You were there. I wasn't there.
Well, that wraps up today's episode. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app. Join us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Send us an email with questions or comments. We'd love to give you a shout out on the show. Thanks again for joining, and we'll see you next time.